Welcome back to the channel. We are back out on the pistol range today for another review. Definitely something interesting to follow in this one. Huge shout out to our buddy Josh for letting us take a look at this. But yes, this is Taurus TX22. This is the competition model. Now, I've had the TX22 out on the channel before, just the standard model. This one's a little bit different in that you do get the comp, a little bit heavier target barrel. You do get an adapter and a cut for a micro red dot. You get some relief cuts out of the slide, but otherwise it's still Taurus TX22. And I still have mine, and I tell you, as far as 22 long rifle pistols go, it is still my favorite one by far. But now, how would you end up making this better? So the aftermarket, as always, knows no chill. Introduce the Taurus TX22 FRT trigger adapter. Now, this is from FFT, which I believe is Freedom Finger Triggers. Kind of a weird name, but nonetheless, they are making a FRT insert, for the lack of a better term, part that will turn your Taurus TX22 into a force reset trigger. You use the same trigger that it comes with, it just gives it the ability to have that forced reset action. So putting it into super semi mode. Now, I've had this for a little bit, messed with it a little bit, and overall, I mean, it is definitely cool. You want to talk about putting a smile on your face. Now, I can't tell you how to put it in, which there are videos on their website for that, and I can't tell you how much, but it's definitely not a cheap piece. But I will post all that information up over on the campsite page, so if you're interested in this, be sure to check that out. Now, here are the models that it works in, and one thing I did find that was very interesting, down here it says, replaces the factory disconnector. If force reset fails, the pistol still will be able to be fired in semi-auto. So, I mean, that's a good touch. Now, one of the downsides I did see to this, other than the price, is the fact that you can only shoot it in force reset mode. Once you put this part in, you cannot go back to just standard semi-auto. You have to have it in, it stays full-time in FRT mode. So you would basically have to have a dedicated pistol if that's what you want it for, just for that type of shooting. But I mean, is that a deal breaker? No, probably not. Like I said, for the buddy that owns this, he bought this especially for that, so he's totally fine with it. But another thing was, of course, this pistol comes with 3 magazines, just standard 16 round mags. Now, one thing I did notice in firing this, I tried about 5 different ammunitions. Initially, I tried CCI standard. It would not shoot. It would shoot 1, maybe 2 rounds in FRT, and then it would just lock up. It wouldn't do anything. And I tried some Blazer. I tried some Auto Match, and ended up, make a long story short, the only thing that I could get it to run remotely reliably with was CCI mini mags. These are some of the varmint ones with the hollow point. Now, these here are the 36 grain, 1260 feet per second hollow point mini mags. Seem to be running okay, with one little caveat, and I believe this is a magazine issue. I don't think it's a pistol issue from what I'm seeing here, just initially messing with it. But I don't think the magazines are able to handle that type of firing. If you download them to about 12 rounds, it will run perfect. And also, if you notice here, I took and just kind of filed out a little bit of a U-notch in this magazine, because what I was noticing was whenever you push a round out of this, it kind of tilts the nose of the round down, and it would hit this part here. Now, so if you do that and you push this one, see how it kind of goes down instead of, and then that one there stays down altogether. So, and then it was kind of riding up this little ramp, and then it was jamming up. So I took and kind of notched that out of this magazine, and it's been doing fine. Like I said, as long as you download it to about 12 rounds. So with that being said, let me turn the camera around. We're going to run a few magazines so you guys can see it in action, and then we'll get some final thoughts. All right, so I got a few magazines loaded up here with our CCI mini mags. We're going to try a couple of these in a few different scenarios and kind of let you see how the performance is with the gun with the FRT installed. So first up, we got just one magazine. Now this is downloaded to 15 rounds. This is one that I have the little U-notch cut into. So let's take a take a look here and see what this one will do for us. And that one stopped, and again, so me personally, I think this is a magazine issue. So let's do 10 rounds. Let's see what that'll do. Definitely keep this thing pointed down range when you're using it, guys. Now, finally, this is one of the new magazines without the U-notch. We've got 10 rounds. Let's see if it will feed these. All right, so like I said, I mean, if you could get it to run the way it's intended to run, and I've seen a few videos on these, and they were running just fine. But this one here, I don't know. I would be interested to see what some of the ammunition is being used that I've seen online. But let's load up another 10 here, and we'll feed out of this magazine. And that was, again, one that it just, the round itself is kind of pointing down. So whenever that slide's coming back to pick up, it's jamming the nose of that round into the front of the magazine instead of up into the actual chamber. So let's try one of these other magazines here. Here, we'll try the new one again without the U-notch and see what that does for us here. I mean, like I said, it is definitely fun. I would venture to say you're going to have to clean this thing a lot if you use this a lot. All that carbon and other gunk is going to foul everything up pretty well. I did clean it before this review after some initial testing, so it got through almost all of those. So, but I don't know. Let me know what you think, guys, down in the comments. It's definitely a cool piece if you can get it to run. Little on the expensive side just for a novelty, but if you can get it to run the way that it's intended to, you talk about a heck of a lot of fun. That's a fact. But let me know what you think. Please like, share, and subscribe. It really does help the channel. As always, shoot straight. Later.